Hi, this is Mia O. I'm trying out this, I'm not eligible for Facebook Live. I have hardly any views and hardly any subscribers, so I cannot do any ads or Facebook Live or any other things, fancy stuff like that. I used to have ads. Did I start in 2012? I can't remember. I think it was before, at least as early as 2010. So I've been on here. I've been having my channel putting videos up for like 11 years. And I took them down for a few years, for like a year, because I had a auto accident and the lawyer said I'm not allowed to do any social media or nothing. I didn't do Facebook, I didn't do YouTube, I didn't do Twitter, nothing at all. I posted a picture later of me outside with my daughter, and I took it down because I was so scared. So my views and everything went down. I actually made all the videos private, so nobody can even see them. And then I slowly, over that year, opened them back up. And it's like, I believe you need the momentum, especially before everybody was making videos. You needed some momentum. There's some people on the boat. This is a good day to be out in the boat. I hate having to use the bathroom all the time. That would make me all frustrated. I'm about to back out. There's like a car kind of behind me, and I'm like, I don't want to back out until they leave. But I'm on my way. I swear I want to go to Whole Foods and get some of these raw noodles and like soak them. Like, I feel like just getting in the car and going. I'm so frustrated. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm gonna go tomorrow. I stopped eating these noodles because I thought they were causing me to gain weight, but my weight is going up a lot, so I'm gonna go start to eat them again and see what happens. And I thought maybe my body was reacting. I've been sitting here in this parking spot for over an hour, and I'm not getting anything done, and I kind of feel like giving up on everything that I've tried to do in my life to help people. Like, just let my medical license expire. Like, if you have a retired license or a closed license, you still have to pay fees. You still have to pay and do continuing education until you die, which kind of sucks. Like at least in Oregon, I'm licensed in 3 states. So if I were to take a leave of absence and leave the country and put it on inactive, I still got to pay and submit continuing education and do the paperwork. You can't just say, oh, let me let it lapse and then come back. And if you let it lapse for so many years, you have to retake the board exams or something. So at least in Oregon, I wonder if that's like, because it's like, what if you move across the country and come back and it's like you didn't want to pay those big licensing fees and like take the board exams? But what if you're practicing in like Vermont or something and you're licensed? Isn't that weird? Or you had to go see family in Puerto Rico, or I guess they're licensed there, or you had to go somewhere, especially without COVID and without telehealth, like, you had to just see patients just to pay for those fees. It's so hard. So I'm trying to look at this WeWork thing. It says they got my money. But I was trying to see if they told me if I could use the room all day tomorrow. I'm gonna see how this video works. I'm gonna turn this around so you can see something beautiful. I am a mess. I used to try to be into fashion and modeling and pageantry, and I don't even know if you could see that. And I just keep getting. I don't think that being overweight is unattractive. There's some people that are a certain weight and they're so beautiful. I cannot even imagine them looking like that. A smaller weight. It's like you want to reach out, like fresh bread that just steaming, and there's butter starting to melt on it, and you're just like, oh, that sounds gross, but it's like, it's just like unreal. And it's not just physical beauty. You can sense somebody's aura. I'm just like, I wanted to burn incense. I wanted to clean up and do my laundry. My partner was asleep, and I already was hungry, and I'm eating. That's another thing about tiptoeing around or rushing. You want to make a salad, you want to cut vegetables, you want to make a juice and take it with you, but all you have time to do is a tea with honey, and more calories than just like a vegetable smoothie, you know, spinach and kale and, you know, a little bit of fruit, like, or juice, sorry, a juice or a smoothie, either or. Yeah, it's like, you cannot. I wanted to make my soaked mushrooms. I had sauteed these mushrooms in the sauce I got. This fluid is left over from these noodles I ate, and it was so good. In the dehydrator, was like dehydrated mushrooms, soaked, marinated in this old stuff, and then put back. But they came dehydrated. Put in the dehydrator. Oh my gosh, I can't even remember what meat tastes like, but it's almost like if you were to eat like these pork chops my mom made. Perfectly tender, fall apart in your mouth. Sauteed in butter sounds good, but what is that word? I just said it's soaked, marinated in, or cooked in Italian dressing. She had some recipes with the mushroom soups and the dressing, or the Italian dressing, and it's like wonderfully, just perfect amount of salt and flavor and moisture. That's another thing. People don't like that word, moist. I'm gonna see how this video, if I can even upload it. My doctor's telling me, oh, you don't need a place with land, a nice house, to be on the water. You don't need all that. But I grew up with land and woods to play in, no houses in the woods. They built one finally, it's actually because my parents sued them, and they said that they couldn't build pole barns in the woods unless there's a house connected to them. So they took away that, because then they had to put a driveway and all the utilities in the house, and so you're running through the woods, now you're running on a trail in front of someone's front yard. It's kind of awkward crossing their driveway. But I remember as a kid being we had 2 or 3 acres as our yard, and it was a waterfront house on a lake. So we had canoe and boats and sailboats and Boston whaler. And it hurts my heart that the bare minimum I wanted was a 3-bedroom house with at least 1.5 bathrooms for me and my kids. Because the kids shared a room, but it's hard to have a adult or teenage daughter and son share a room where you have some privacy, some space. Everyone's doing Web Academy, having to do talking with their teacher, you know, before COVID, and place for their friends to come over. And so it's like so hard when you just wanted a 1.5 bathroom, because it's always seems like someone's in the bathroom. You try to take a shower, go to work at the last minute, everyone has to go to the bathroom really bad at the same time, and you're trying to finish something, cooking or something, you go to the bathroom, and then everyone else just cuts in front of you, and you're like, oh. And so 1.5 bathroom was a big thing for me. I was looking at houses with 1 bathroom in Portland for so long. I didn't even consider them until I found out less than 10,000. My boss had a guy put in a bathroom in her basement. So thinking about stuff like that, especially in Portland where there could be water. So I had to go and eat something. I'm too stressed out to do it. I might just drink juice. I put my juice back in the freezer though. What good is that gonna do me? Oh, I had this raw pudding, cashew, caramel, salted caramel or something. I was made of cashews and coconut, like vegan raw. And I was eating this, and I'm like, this isn't that good, but it's good frozen. And I had it at work all day in the hot sun, trying to cover it up with a piece of paper. And I get to almost the end, and there's a big glob of, like, vegan caramel in the corner. And I'm like, oh. My mouth is drooling thinking about it. Like when you, like, I'm not like, you know, at McDonald's you get, like, chocolate or caramel. You're just like, oh my God. You're like, oh my God, I have, that's this guy's. I'm like, oh my God, that was so good. It would have made the rest of it taste so much better. Because it's like, now it's like a little bit too sweet, you know? But, because next time, it's like those yogurts that have fruit in the bottom. And you're not realizing it until you eat it all. And then there's a big glob of super sweet fruit. You're like, oh, that would have tasted good with the yogurt on top. So, I'll probably pull that same one out. The raspberry one is good, but not that good. So all this stuff is made of, like, Irish moss and coconut oil and cashew something. I don't know how to make it, so I don't know what ice cream tastes like. It was just that it's supposed to be actually pudding, but it wasn't. It came in the freezer, and it came with dry ice, and I actually put it back in the freezer, and then you know what I mean, like pudding pops. My sweat stinks so bad. I'm gonna go back. My partner wrote me this email saying that stuff that I don't understand what he's saying. I had to go clean my phone off because it keeps saying the messages aren't working. But I don't like feeling like I have to, like, if I had a boat, or even if I could have gone to a park where I could walk around, it would be a lot different than me just sitting here with the air conditioning running. But I have so much to do, and my day is already spent. I went to a Quaker meeting on Zoom for 2 hours and 8 minutes. It's my partner pointing out. I wanted to go in person. It's like it's starting to get long up in here. 2 hours and 8 minutes. So they're gonna start having the hospitality again, which is like the after church. Sorry, it's not church. After meeting, snacks and stuff. But they said something about being fully vaccinated or something. And I was like, oh, is that gonna exclude people, or is it gonna be like, because they were bringing food from home. Like, how's that gonna work? Like, I mean, can you just bring, like, and what does it matter? Like, what if it matter if someone brings food from home? That's how it was in schools. My school, kids could make stuff. Mom would make cookies, but then in my kids' school, you had to get it from a bakery or deli, or a bakery, sorry. And it's like, you feel like, what does it matter if a whole bunch of people are breathing on all your stuff at a store, or like one person's breathing on it at home? That's not around a lot of people because they're at home baking. There's another truck behind me, and I gotta figure out how to get out of this. It's like I'm like stuck. I should have backed in or something. I should have gone for a walk at the park or something, but I'm gonna push stop and sit here and wait for my opportunity to back out of this parking spot. Because, like, look at my face. My eyes are like all black. My face broke out. I got like a cut here. I got like a cut here. I was doing something for work. I don't think I cut it with a knife. I did have to bring my knife out. I was like wiping my hands with a hand wipe. I was like, why does this hurt? Why does this sting so bad? I was praying all morning and meditating all morning, and during some of the praying and meditating, I did other stuff, so I kind of feel guilty for not being still and silent for 2 hours. But I'm just like, okay, God help me, like, just make up the time, like, next week, or, like, just get used to it. Just get used to it. When Buddhist meditation meetings, recovery meetings were 20-minute meditations. They talk through it. I remember when the first times I went, I had to use the bathroom so badly, and I was scared to get up and go. Note to self, anytime that happens, get up and go. Especially if there's only one bathroom in a facility. But I'm going to see if I can get this video posted, because it's not something I've done straight through YouTube. Bye, guys.